Hey guys, this is Frank Herbert's Dune by Easton Press. This is the Easton Press edition. It is Easton Press is one of my favorite publishers because not only is it just beautiful leather binding all the way through, these guys make books that are going to be around a couple hundred years from now. These things are just, they're meant to last and last and last. So they're permanent. And that is, well, they're not as collectible as lots of first edition trades and things like that. I prefer these types of things because I like to read these books, and because trades, they just fall apart. They're made terrible bindings, terrible paper. They're just not made to the standards that guys like Centipede and Subterranean and Cemetery and Easton put into their books. These things last forever. So I've got a lot of Easton books, and this is this was an excellent one. It's a little bit different than normal Easterns. This is part of the Masters of Science Fiction series, and most Easton Press books will have, well, lots of them will have one color photo at the beginning of the book. And this one has 6 or 8, plus it's illustrated throughout. So it's got a lot more in terms of artistic content than most Eastons do. But here's what the text looks like. This book is big. This is a large format book. You may not look it, but it is. And when you hold this versus other Easton books, you'll easily see that, and feel the difference in heft. But to show you some of the art, now these will all be pictured in the review itself. But like that. Is one of them, and then there's another one on the back of the page. So I think that happens 3, maybe 4 times throughout this book. And there's lots of black and white artwork like this. By lots, I mean another 10 or 12 or so, something like that. But this book is far richer than I was expecting. Think like Lord of the Rings type rich. And it's science fiction, but it's got a lot of fantasy elements in it, and I'll talk about that in the review as well. This is an excellent book. I think it's a little too rich for some people, but I think in today's reading world, because it takes its time developing, but it's highly recommended. Anybody who's looking at fantasy needs to read this book, at least the first one. I am probably going to stop with this. I might get to the others someday. It was a whole series, I think six books, and I heard that the first 3 were an original planned trilogy. But this is complete in itself, and you get a complete story here. So as far as the Easton goes, I guess everybody probably already knows this, but gold gilt page edges, which actually helps protect them from the ravages of time. Has a silk ribbon marker for a bookmark. So other than that, Eastons are generally bare bone compared to things like Centipede editions, but they are permanent books. If you love a book, you really can't go wrong with the Easton copy. So this is a highly recommended book. This is a highly recommended publisher, yeah, check it out. Check out Dune, because it is absolutely worth it. It is rich storytelling. Hope you enjoy.